What's up, Coaster Spotters? It's Coaster Spot Extended. This is Jason, the Southerner, bringing you your Southern Park updates at Dollywood today, April 30th. Just wanted to let you know that the new parking lot is open. You get a choice of whether you want to walk. You can park up in parking lot F, which is over by the preferred area, or if you want to take the trams, you can still park down in the place where you were parking before, where everybody parked before. So that's one change this year. New parking lot is open, parking lot F. A lot more convenient to walk into the park now, and you don't have to take the trams if you don't want to.
Can I go back in front of you?
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's okay. So I'm about to take my third ride on Lightning Rod of the day. It's golden hour, so if you have a diamond or gold Dollywood pass, you can participate in golden hour. Excuse me, first hour of the park, you get to go through the fast lane. So I usually take a few rides on Lightning Rod. We'll probably head back to Big Bear Mountain. Line's really not bad today. For those who don't know, they did redo the queue when they changed it to a chain lift. So the queue's a little bit different. Little bit of a letdown without the launch after the revving, but you know, since the chain has been put on, this ride has been much more reliable. It's had a bit of a hiccup this season. Opening weekend it wasn't ready, so it tested all weekend and I didn't get to ride. I came back a few weeks later after opening and I got a few rides in, but it opened late for maintenance. They had to drop a train in the middle of the day. So I just didn't get that many rides on it. So, but anyway, I'm here today and I've already gotten 4 on. So it's doing good, knock on wood, this morning. And another thing, when the train pulls in, you don't have to wait 5 seconds to pull up your bar now either. I think they must have fixed that on the off season. Right when the train pulls in, the train is unlocked. So Big Bear is currently down for maintenance. So I took my last golden hour ride on Dragonflyer. Running good. I don't typically wait to ride this. It usually gets a terrible line. It's such a popular coaster. It's such a good coaster for being just a little family coaster. I think it's a blast. It's pretty smooth, pretty whippy. Low height restriction really helps its ridership improve or whatever. So unfortunately, like I said, Big Bear is closed. Wild Eagle is also temporarily closed. There comes Blue Smoke coming up the mountain. Let's see which engine is running today. I'm gonna see as this comes by if Cinderella's running today. Looks like number 70, Cinderella's running today. They don't put Klondike Katie out much anymore because she really has some issues pulling large groups of people up the hill. So usually Cinderella's running. But anyway, like I said, Wild Eagle's temporarily closed, Big Bear's temporarily closed. So I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but we shall see. As I said, Big Bear is temporarily closed. I don't know if you can see it, but the train is sitting there on the second launch, just below the hill. So it must have been a failed launch or whatever. From time to time, that'll happen. The train will kind of roll back and sit there, and in Dollywood fashion on a launch coaster, if it stalls, they don't even attempt to relaunch, they evacuate. That's what they used to do with Lightning Rod every time it had a failed launch. You have to sit and wait for them to evacuate the train before they would dispatch again. So I'll get you a little what it looks like back behind Big Bear for what's coming in 2026. I don't know that much has been done in a couple of weeks, but maybe. So we'll see. I'll take a train ride later and show you more about the construction site. Perhaps you guys heard at the end of last year, Big Bear was actually down for 2 months. And the speculated reason why it was actually down was because there was a fire in the control panel and they had to come out and rewire. Luckily they were getting the ride going. They got the ride going again about mid-December and it did run through the end of the season. But It was closed probably from about mid-October to December due to that apparent fire. This might be a Coaster Spot exclusive. I did not realize that the Wilderness Pass restaurant was open, or if it even is open. So let's go. This is the first visit I've had since the walls have been down. So let's take a look at this new Wilderness Pass restaurant. As you knew, this is the site of River Battle, and they rethemed it to a restaurant. So the fountain's still here. Looks good. Looks like a nice little Smoky Mountain fountain. It smells good. It smells like they're smoking something in there. So I think this might open today. I don't know. I'm interested to try the Southern fried catfish personally. But look, you can get beef barbecue, braised beef, rotisserie half chicken, pulled pork, fried catfish, country sausage, all your sides. So yeah, this is our new Wilderness Pass restaurant, which is good because it really brings some life to this section. This is just kind of a sitting area for a while, so I'm excited. We didn't really have any good food options in the back of the park here, so this is good. If it's open, and like I said, it smells like it is. It smells like I can smell the barbecue, so it's only 11 o'clock now, so if it's open today, I will give it a try and let you guys know how it is. Looks like the Wilderness Pass restaurant also has mobile ordering. So if you don't want to stand in a long line, we've got a mobile ordering option. I'm sure you can do that through the Dollywood app. So I don't know how that works or looks or whatever, but that'll be convenient, especially on the busy days here in Dollywood. And for those who don't know, busy days in Dollywood, fall break, spring break. So is it a tornado effect or a twister tall tale? I'll be able to tell you here in just a minute. Astounding reports of wind velocity, eyewitness reports spots being blown off a firehouse dog. Is that a tornado effect or a twister tall tale? Anyway, I'm going to take a ride on Tennessee Tornado. About 20-minute wait, one train. Sporting a nice new red paint job this year. I'll show you that in a minute. So if only Alan Schilke and Arrow had gotten together just a little bit earlier, that would have been great, because Tennessee Tornado really is a great ride. Arrow's best standard looper for sure. Wish there would have been more of them. It still runs pretty smooth. My ride is always great. It still gets great ridership. It's a pretty popular ride here at Dollywood. The spiral loop here is just a wonderful element, and the hang time that you get in that loop is just absolutely amazing. Look at that train slowly cresting over. You got that swooping bank over to the left, and then you go into what's called Dolly's Iron Butterfly there in the back. The other two loops on the Tennessee Tornado, you come in and you swoop in, and unfortunately the ride is quickly over. But it's a great ride. Like I said, it's really smooth. It was supposed to be longer. Apparently the ride was supposed to take a left turn instead of a right. But unfortunately, due to the budget that they spent making the first drop through the tunnel, through the mountain, it took up a lot of the ride's budget. So what they got is just this this version here, which is still fine. It doesn't bother me. So Tennessee Tornado, it's sporting its new paint job. I like it. Alex probably has other opinions, but it's got a rusty red color to it. They didn't paint the lift or the station or going into the brake run here, but they painted everything else. I think it looks good. I think it blends in real nice, like a good rusty brick red, blending into the woods there where the Tennessee Tornado sits. Great ride. I enjoyed my ride thoroughly on it. So Blazing Fury's been experiencing some extended downtime. It went down towards the end of last season during the Halloween event and did not reopen, but we did hear that they have been updating it. It's going to have some updated effects, and the waterfall that's inside is going to run again, not the water that what used to be at the end of the drop, like Fire in the Hole at Silver Dollar City, That is not returning, but the waterfall will be once on again. We don't have an opening date yet. Dolly's going to be here this weekend. I think she's probably going to announce when we can see this open later this season. Certainly in time for summer, I'm assuming, but no updates on when it's going to be reopening. But I'm looking forward to it coming back when it does reopen. We do know that they're going to keep it very, very classic, not like the sister park, Silver Dollar City, which totally redid everything, built a new building and all that. They want the nostalgia to stay here. So good news for Blazing Fury as soon as it reopens. Daredevil Falls did open for the season when the season opened in March. However, shortly after it reopening, it closed, and it has been closed since. It's been closed for several weeks. I've heard that this is going to get a lot more updates on the upcoming off season, but this is potentially my vote for the legacy attraction that will be revamped. There's rumors that Dollywood is revamping a legacy attraction, but they got it ready to go this season, and then it just stopped running. They repainted the troughs. They did lots of updates to it, but I don't know, it just stopped running. So here we are. This has been closed for about 3 weeks. You can see the boats are sitting on the hill. Some boats are sitting over there. I wonder what's going on and if we will see this reopen this season, or if this is got to wait for its complete rehab, which is supposed to happen between 25 and the 26 season. And right before the season opened, there was a news release that came out that an employee got injured at Dollywood due to so-called entrapment. That's all the media knew about, and that's all we heard. It's rumored that it happened on this ride. Something happened on this ride where the employee got injured. I don't know. Smoky Mountain River Rampage. It was not open for opening weekend, and it took a couple of weeks to open afterwards. But it is open today. Does not have a line. It's hot. I'm riding. I like this little River Rapids ride. It's a weird Intamin, as it's got this kind of a funky loading platform with trap doors and you know, it elevates the boats up. It's strange, but so I like it. I think it's a fun little River Rapids ride. So, and like I said, it's hot. I'm taking a ride. So I came back to Lightning Rod. It's about 12:30. They dropped the second train. I don't know why they dropped it. I mean, if it was a short line or if they had to drop it due to maintenance. There's a bunch of wheels sitting there. I think that's kind of cool. So anyway, I don't know. It was about a 25-minute wait. Not terrible, but I wonder what happened to the second train. I was lucky to ride in the front seat with another lone rider. So I would like to point out that one of the things that Dollywood is doing for the 40th anniversary is put up the Dollywood sign, and that has been complete, and it is ready for Dolly coming this weekend for the official Dolly 40th anniversary. Saturday, the park will celebrate its 40th anniversary. And fun fact, Splash Country is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year when it opens on May 10th. But Dolly will be coming and celebrating that. So the Dollywood sign has been put up, and it looks really good. It's really cool looking at it as you're bouncing down the quad down on Lightning Rod. You know, you see that awesome Dollywood sign on the hillside. This hillside used to have some type of a mansion on it, but now it has been constructed to include the sign, and I love it. So anyway, I'm gonna go see From the Heart, the life and music of Dolly Parton. Hopefully Alex will put some clips in here. That show started last year, and it is fantastic. It's a Broadway style Dolly show with lots and lots of Dolly songs and music. When you see the yodeler, the performer who does Mule Skinner Blues, she actually auditioned for American Idol this year. So hopefully she gets to go far in her journey there. So I'm gonna go watch that show. Flower and Food Festival here at Dollywood. They started this, the COVID year was the first year that they did that, 2020. And it's become quite a popular event with the topiaries and the food that they offer and stuff. So, yeah. The Wild Eagle had a delayed opening this morning, which is really rare for the ride. I don't know what time it opened up at, but it opened pretty late. It wasn't open at noon. So I rode Raptera earlier this season, and though forceful, I still love my Wild Eagle. Maybe because this is my home park, maybe because this was the first wing. It's definitely not the most intense coaster, but I love Wild Eagle. I just think it has a beautiful setting, and the views that you see are great, and you just really feel like you're flying. So you can take a ride on Wild Eagle. The mountain view is great. The mountains are looking gorgeous today. And the ride was fun as always. So I plan to go back. It's not a quiet day here at Dollywood. It's the middle of the week, Wednesday, but the park's pretty busy. Lots of school groups though, so I'm hoping that it kind of dies down as the day goes on, which it most likely will. This restaurant is not open yet, but I believe that they're training because you can see the flames running in the back and you can definitely smell barbecue. So I believe that they're getting everything ready to go for it to open on the Friday when Dolly will be here. So unfortunately, no coaster spot exclusive today, but I can't wait to try it when it does open. When I was taking my ride on Wild Eagle, I noticed that the site for What Lies Beyond Big Bear in 2026 is an active construction site. It's currently, they're currently digging and moving dirt around, and there's lots of men on site and lots of construction workers. So lots of work being done there today. I'm gonna go take a ride on Big Bear. Wait's currently about 15 minutes. I said earlier that it was not a quiet day, and it certainly wasn't earlier, but waits are quickly dropping. Everything's down to maybe 10-minute wait. So Big Bear is listed as having a 15-minute wait. So I'll go back and take a ride on it, and I'll give you guys a little bit of a tour of what the construction site looks like from behind the coaster. You can see the construction site back there, and it looks like there's a bulldozer moving some dirt. So it is an active construction site today. Okay, so over the fence there you can see the construction site. Like I said, it's an active site today. They're working on that hill there. They're working on that hillside. You can see they've pushed some dirt around on the side of that hill. There's some what appears to be stuff for the building sitting there, equipment there. And then, you know, like I said, construction equipment moving the dirt. When I rode the train last time, probably about there on the hill, there was a lot of stuff that's probably related to this attraction. So I'm not sure if the attraction will go from here all the way up there, but when we take a train ride later, I'll be able to show you that, and we'll be able to see a little bit more of what's been done at the construction site over the past couple of weeks, which yeah, it really does look like they're moving along. So whatever's coming in 2026, it's bound to be something great, and I'm hoping that it's going to be some type of a mock indoor coaster experience. That's what I'm really hoping for. Here's the famous umbrella awning here that they started with the Food and Flower Festival. They put something up in this little area for every festival. For I Will Always Love You Festival, it was pink. these long pink stringy decorations or whatever. So this is part of the Food Flower Festival, this little umbrella walkway. I love it. So along with the umbrella walkway, we've got this little umbrella and butterfly topiary just underneath the umbrella walkway. Here's Dolly's mom making her famous coat of many colors. This is a very famous topiary here. Looks really good this year. Lots of red in it. And you hear Dolly telling a story behind it. It's very nice. Wanted to mention on the shows, starting on Friday when Dolly's here, they will actually be starting the new show. I can't remember what it's called, but it's going to be featuring a lot of memorable moments from shows throughout the 40 seasons here at Dollywood. So it starts Friday. Hopefully I'll be able to check that out in the upcoming weeks. So, and there's one of the fairies from Wildwood Grove greeting us. But yeah, great little topiary here. I love the rainbow. That's great. Lightning rod climbing the hill with its high-speed chain lift and no longer that launch. But here is another topiary. These are cool. These little raccoons coming out of the little barrels. So really pretty, nice air. Oh, there's one in the tree there. This is great, in this little shaded area. It's a beautiful day here. Everything's so colorful and vibrant, and the sun's shining, and it's nice and warm. It's a great day. We got some turtle topiaries here, and a frog catching a fly. Over there we got the bears. Over beyond the water wheel where the orange flowers are. Yeah, there's the bears. So it's time to take our train ride. I'm gonna go over there and get on board. It says next train at 3:45, and I thought it was 4, but doesn't look like they boarded people on here yet. So I don't think they're rushing to get people on. He's getting the train ready for the trip. I'm gonna take a ride up Iron Mountain behind Cinderella here, get us a good view of the construction site for what's coming beyond Big Bear. I've never noticed this before. Engine number 70 Cinderella, that's the train that's taking us up Iron Mountain today. Remaining departures are 4, 5, and 6, and 7. But engine number 192, that's Klondike Katy. That was the original locomotive that opened with the park in 1961 when it was Rebel Railroad, started by the owners of Tweetsie. But we currently can't ride on Klondike Katy. She's delayed. She's got pigs loose in the freight car. So I always wanted to stay at one of those cabins that overlooks the park. There's one right there. I believe Dollywood owned them at one time. I'm not sure if they still do, but I did buy a cabin in the Smokies last year. Unfortunately, I was not able to buy one that extravagant, but the one that I did buy is about 20 minutes from the park in a nice, peaceful area away from all the traffic. I absolutely love it. So let Alex know, if you want that Airbnb link, I'd be happy to share it with you. You can stay in a cabin owned by a fellow coaster enthusiast. So there's the material I was talking about that you can see. I don't think that's related to the 2026 attraction. The construction that they're doing on that hillside is just a little bit further up the track, so I'll show you that in just a minute. Look at that beautiful park view right there. So there's a hillside that they're working on. You can see a bulldozer right there moving around, pushing the dirt around for whatever's coming. I wonder if whatever will exit the apparent building and come up the hill. Who knows? There's the site. Lots of digging. Men on site, maybe some footers being poured, but as I said, it is an active site. There is lots of stuff going on. Look at that beautiful park view with that beautiful Smoky Mountain ridge line there to the left. Cinderella's tooting her horn up there. We're introducing us to our conductor. The conductor's waving at us. So Wild Eagle's doing its thing way back there in the distance. But look at all that great construction. You see the materials over there by the Big Bear Mountain coaster shed. I don't see any coaster track, so I don't know when that'll be coming on site, but lots of great work being done here. I can't wait to hear more about what's coming. I'm hoping for a mock coaster, indoor coaster experience. One other thing that Dollywood did for their 40th anniversary is gave a little refresh to County Fair. The County Fair section of the fresh paint on Demolition Derby. They painted it blue. So the bumper cars are now blue. Looks great. And definitely gave this a bit of a better look. This part of the park was fading. It didn't look real good and kept up. And so it's nice to see it refreshed. So you can see the shooting star ride there. Really got some good paint. There's a new path to access Country Fair, and you have to get over from the flying elephants and walk down the hill. That's one of the ways to access Country Fair. The Dizzy Disc unfortunately got removed several years ago, so that's not back there. But this is where the VeggieTales coaster used to be, and now it is just a little sitting area. And they built a little splash pad on the other side of it for those hot southern days. So it's currently not operating, as I just heard a crack of thunder. So don't know what they're doing here. I wonder if they're gonna open another access point. Because like I said, you either have to go in from behind River Rampage, or you come down that path over there, which is behind the carousel. So yeah, Country Fair refresh. Dollywood 40th anniversary. So I was going to ride Lightning Rod, but we have got a weather delay. There's some lightning within 10 miles of the park, so all coasters have shut down. It's about 3 hours till the park closes, and I got to work in the morning, and I'll be up here in a couple of weeks. I get to stay at my cabin, so I'm going to call it. I'm going to go get me a nice dinner at the Chop House in Sevierville, which has wonderful steak. Other great restaurants in the area is the Peddler in Gatlinburg, is just a Gatlinburg staple, and just a great restaurant to eat at if you're in the area. So I highly recommend that. So all in all, great day at Dollywood. Got here at opening, so I stayed for 7 hours. Got lots done, saw lots of new stuff, caught some of the topiaries. So it's been a great day. Like I said, I'll be back in a couple weeks. I'll bring you a construction update again then. I don't know that we're really going to be able to tell what's going on for a little while, but hey, at least they're working on the site. So this has been Jason, Coaster Spot Extended, the Southerner, bringing you all of the Southern Park updates. Guess what? Lake Winnie opens tomorrow. Unfortunately, I got to work, but I will be going Friday to bring you a little update from Lake Winnie. That park is literally 5 minutes from my house. So I'll bring you a Lake Winnie update as it celebrates its 100th anniversary. So like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for letting me do this. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Alex, for editing. See you soon.